Hey everyone, Chef Jason Hill here, and right now I'm going to prepare a quinoa salad, and it's a great side dish served chilled, and it's got a lot of healthy stuff in it, so let's get started. All right, check it out. I've got 8 ounces of quinoa, and this is what they call a rainbow mix, followed by about a pound of roasted butternut squash, and all I did was roast that in the oven for about an hour. About a half a cup of flat leaf Italian parsley, quarter cup of sage leaves, dried cherries, dried cranberry. We're going to take the zest off of this orange and use some of the juice. We've got a tablespoon of champagne vinegar. You can use red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar. 6 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And I got a cup of baby spinach leaves we're going to chop up. And then 2 cups of chicken broth. If you don't want to use chicken, you can use vegetable or just water. To get started, I'm going to use my large stock pot. Turned up my flame to medium high. I'm going to add the 2 cups of chicken broth. And I like to reconstitute my dried cherries, so I'm going to get those going in there as well. Okay, while I'm waiting for my chicken broth to boil, I'm going to go ahead and start chopping up my spinach. I just kind of stack the leaves up on top of each other and give them a nice little shave here, and just transfer those back to the bowl. Next, I'm just going to do a rough chop on the sage and the parsley. And transfer that. Okay, for the squash, I'm just going to go down the middle and do little slices. And do a little julienne cut. Have something like that. All right, now we're just going to remove some of the zest of the orange. Probably want about a teaspoon. You always want to be careful not to get into the white rind because that's bitter. I'm just going to give it a rough chop. Just a little bit. Cherries are coming back to life a little bit. I'm going to add the quinoa. Okay, I'm going to let that come back to a rapid boil. All right, you can see it's come back to a boil. Now we're going to cover. Turn it to a simmer and let it simmer for about 12 to 15 minutes. All right, while our quinoa is simmering, let's go ahead and make up our dressing. I'm just going to use the juice of 1 orange. Catch the seeds if you can. You know what? I think this is a navel orange, so there is no seeds. Drop in our tablespoon of champagne vinegar, followed by our orange zest. Now whisk as you slowly add your oil. And then finally, I'd like to add just a pinch of kosher salt to the dressing. And make it 2. And then some fresh cracked pepper. That's it. Okay, after about 15 minutes, the liquid is absorbed, and we're going to keep this covered and let it sit for about another 5 minutes. All right, after letting it rest for 5 minutes, I'm going to go and take off the lid and just kind of stir it around, fluff it up a bit, and then we're going to transfer this to a serving bowl, our serving dish. Quinoa. Smells delicious. Okay, now let's go ahead and gently fold in the rest of our ingredients. Got the cranberries. There's our squash. And if you don't want to use squash, you don't have to. Use any autumn squash you like. Pumpkin would work. Here's our spinach, sage, and parsley. Now just gently fold this around. You don't want to stir this fast and have it go all over the place. Look how nice that looks. And then finally, let's drizzle our dressing. And we'll fold that one more time. Now we're just going to cover this and put it in the refrigerator for at least 3 hours or overnight. Okay, it's time to plate up. I'm going to spoon a little bit into a little dish here. And I like to top this with some toasted sliced almonds. Okay, time for the bite. Oh man, that's good. And it's good for you. I'd like to thank Tanya for submitting this recipe. It's a hit. Give it a try. I think you'll like it. Thanks for tuning in.